Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show that celebrates the people, places, and experiences you'll only find right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we start things off at a historic inn in Anderson. This old hotel has seen a heck of a lot of history, and sometimes it happens to have a horse ride. Getting a great dose of Texas history is easy to do in Grimes County, and it all centers around an old inn that started checking in travelers back in 1834.
We're in Anderson, Texas at Fanthorp Inn, established by Henry Fanthorp.
Benjamin Bumgardner took us on a tour of this building that serves so many roles in a very important time in Texas history.
For what's a simple family or a simple structure, it's been connected to so many different things.
First and foremost, the mind-blowing facts about this building that helped form a state.
This building has existed in 4 countries, yet has never moved. So Mexico, Texas, the United States, and the Confederate States.
When English immigrant Henry Fanthorp constructed his log cabin home, he had no idea it would serve as a post office and a voting place, nor did he know that people like Sam Houston, Zachary Taylor, and Ulysses S. Grant would slumber under his roof. So business was good.
The business was very good.
Located on La Bahia Road, Fanthorp Inn was a place for all sorts of people to stop during their travels across Texas.
Because of its position of where it has been a hub of information, or it was a hub of information. The news of annexation, the news of war again with Mexico, the news of the Civil War. So these are things that all would have come through here at some point. This was, in that room, people would have been discussing what's going on, how it's going, news hopefully of loved ones coming through, or coming back, or hopefully hearing from what's going on there. Gives you an idea as to how important a place like this would be for the community to come and get mail, to vote, for people who live here to get information from the outside world.
And hotels were a heck of a lot different back then.
They're surprised to see the living conditions that they think of being so rustic, or something that, I wouldn't be comfortable here, but thinking again with perspective of it's this or sleeping in the open, maybe under a wagon, you kind of have a new understanding for what comfort would be back then.
Keeping it true to form to what it was like around 1850 is what the Fanthorp Inn is fulfilling, displaying what the dining room would be like, the parlor prior to privacy, and life before just about every modern convenience you can think of.
A chance to go through and see a new perspective and an appreciation for life as we have it now. We have an expectation for how things are. But at the time, it was, you'd be surprised if you woke up in the morning and there wasn't somebody else that had crawled in next to you, just once again trying to get out of the elements and having a soft place to put your head.
Now, if you thought sleeping in the same bed with someone you might not be familiar with makes you self-conscious, imagine the ride here.
We used to fit 9 people in this coach back in their day, 9 people comfortably. You would have 3 on each seat. When you put 9 people in there now, you better hope 3 of them are kids.
Teresa Thompson helps bring this place to life with her lovely mules.
Brings to perspective how much smaller people were then too.
Once a month, you can get the full experience of pulling up to the Fanthorp Inn on an old stagecoach.
That is, for many, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It makes it a reality. It puts you in an absolute scenario that happened.
Pulling a cart with 4 mules can be particularly precarious.
Twice the amount of things that can go wrong.
But Teresa knows how to sweet-talk her team.
Of course, I'm a woman, I'm biased. I think that women deal with mules easier than men. We just have different tactics.
That might come down to having a mother's patience.
They're better than my 2-legged kids. They're mine better anyway. Jet, Molly, Daisy, step up, up, up. Molly, get up, duck.
Always on top of her game, Teresa takes the stagecoach down the main drag of Anderson. And this ride is a bit smoother than the one taken all those years ago.
The common bus, if you will, going back and forth between these towns, although you get a little bit gentler experience in that there's paved roads.
When you rock, you hit a bump and you just rock. It's not a bounce, so it's awesome.
The wagon makes its way through town, circling the Grimes County Courthouse, and carefully cruises back to the Fanthorp.
Ready to ride on the carriage?
Yes! All of those giggles right down there, that's what's enjoyable. You know they're having a good time.
Go to Grandpa. Wait, Daddy, what did they do when they were on a long drive?
And if they can have fun and learn a little at the same time, that's the best way to do it.
Experiencing a stagecoach ride along a road riddled with the stories of Texas makes for an incredible journey. But with a final destination like the Fanthorp Inn, you'll get your fill of Lone Star State folklore and fulfill a fine stop on the Texas bucket list.
Just the reality of it and knowing that it happened here and how they did it, that's awesome to me.
How is it similar to what we do now? How is it different? And again, trying to think of the unique challenges of someone who's living in that time period.
Come out and get a little bit of history, have a little bit of fun, meet my kids, and take a ride with me.